I have the thought for the day. And here's the theme: very important persons. Somebody said once that we're all created equal, but we don't end up equal. So somebody born in, say, the zip code of 90013 in the city is equal to somebody born in the zip code of the projects 90033. Born equal, but somehow you don't end up equal. And so we have this idea of the very important person, the VIP. We all want importance. We all buy into it. We think that person is really more important than that person. We all buy into it. We think somebody is less important than another. Sometimes we assert our importance. Years ago, I knew a priest who's long since died. His name was Frank Fox, and he worked in Phoenix, and he was very famous, taught everybody. Everybody loved him. Good guy. But one day he was stopped by a cop, and he was speeding, and he wasn't dressed like a priest, so the cop was standing there, and he was in his car, and Frank said, perhaps you don't know who I am. I'm Father Fox. And the cop said, I don't care if you're Mother Goose, I'm giving you a ticket, So we're always trying to assert I'm a little bit more important than somebody else. Years ago, I joined a protest. They were about to execute the next person in line at death row at San Quentin. It was a guy who had killed a cop. So we protested. I'm against the death penalty. It's always wrong. No exceptions. Murder is murder. The next day there was a counter-protest, and the sheriff got up and, directing kind of a rhetorical question to the protesters from the day before, do you mean to tell me that the life of a man who killed a cop is worth more than the life of the cop he killed? And I remember telling somebody, responding to that question, no, nobody's saying it's worth more. What we're saying is equal value, equal importance. We're all created equal. So last week, myself and four homies, we met and spoke to the President of the United States. And so the homies were VIPs. And we walked way past this long line that snaked all around the block. People were standing in the hot-ass sun. We walked right past them. We went to the head of the line. There was a city councilman kind of screaming and arguing with a Secret Service guy because he thought he was a VIP. I vouched for him. I said, he is who he says he is. They didn't care. Then they took one look at us, the gang members, and they said, come right in. So we got our yellow wristbands, and we walked to the head of another line, and the head of another line, and we were ushered to the VIP section, which was seats on a raised platform in the shade on the hottest day of the summer thus far. All the other people had to stand on the lawn, including the city councilman who finally got in the hot-ass sun, listening to the president. We sat on the platform in the cool breeze of the shade. Homie sitting next to me leaned in, he says, I don't know how to explain this. And I said, what? I don't know. Just now, I got chills. A woman was singing the Star-Spangled Banner at the time, before the president got out. I don't think it was the sudden flurry of patriotism. I think it was the sensation of someone long held as unimportant, feeling the rush of value and worth, the goosebumps of belonging. So afterwards, the Secret Service ushered us into a airless, small room, and in walks the President of the United States, and he shook hands with each homie, spoke to each one, had a picture taken with each one. The President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, the leader of the free world, arguably the most powerful person on the planet Earth, and here's the truth. He's not more important than the homies whose hands he shook. We are all created equal, and I suspect it is true that we don't end up equal. But it is the task of this place, among many tasks, to help the world return to equal. That's what you stand for. That's what this place stands for. That's what we long for. That's what we struggle for. A return to equal. Because everyone in this room and everyone outside of it is a VIP. And with that punctuation mark, amen, hallelujah.